Well, if you're a fan of the small engine stuff, this ought to be a treat for you. This is an old Gravely custom convertible. I haven't done any homework on this. I've never owned a Gravely. And it's been stored in a barn. This thing's in great shape. And the issue with it, we'll get more into this later, but you can tell it's got new head bolts in it for some reason. And well, somebody's been messing around with that cylinder, so I got to take that apart and see what's going on because it doesn't have any compression. So that's a little sneak peek at some good junk that just came my way, and I'm going to share it with y'all. So I did my homework on this thing. It's about a 1970 model Gravely custom convertible. And well, you'll remember it had all those head bolts in there, and I found out why. Oh. It's got some issues under there. It sure is a neat motor, though. This is what they call a T-head, because it's, you know, valves on either side of the piston. But apparently it lost compression, and so somebody put about 8,000 pounds of that old blue silicone on there along with a new head gasket, and then tightened it down to the point that they stripped out all the bolts and had to replace the bolts, and on some of them they had to stick nuts underneath them to get it to have something to get a hold of. But well, that don't fix a bad cylinder. What we've got going on here is the oh, can I get you in there? I don't guess I can, but it don't matter much. There's some pretty big grooves in the cylinder, so the compression rings couldn't get a bite, and so there's no compression on this engine. Not a big deal. Those parts are still available, but here's the problem. These go for about $300 locally. That's what they're listed at, and well, they're not even selling at that. And while those parts are available for that old engine, it'd be about $300 to fix it. So this one's a wash. My buddy that brought it by, he can come pick it up, or he can just leave it here. I'll wheel it into my junk pile. Anyway, kind of a treat to get to see one of these things anyhow.